Alright, in this video, what we're going to do is to perform a Oracle RAC 11G to 12C upgrade. So here is the demo environment. We have two nodes, RAC 1 and RAC 2. The current GI version is 11.2, and the new GI version is going to be 12.1. And the OS is Oracle Linux 6, and the current 11G GI home is /Oracle software /grid, and the new 12C GI home is /Oracle software let me make a change. So it's going to be 12.1. Let me make a change, okay? So the new Oracle home is going to be 12.1.0. This is the default, okay? So, all right, so let's follow these steps. So typically when you upgrade the grid infrastructure, you either do certain preparation, also you might also want to shut down the database or back up the database and so on and so forth. But here we just I'm not going to shut down database, so what I'm going to do is just use the online upgrade, okay? So first I will need to check the CRS status. So let me switch to the my grid environment. So this is the ASM. So let's run the command again. So make sure all is online. Oh, it says the instance is shut down. Okay, let me start it up. So start. So I'm going to start the database. So let's check. Here is the local resources, then the cluster resources, okay? During the GI upgrade, you can either have the instance up or instance down. So in my case, let me just start it up, make sure everything is online except this GSD. So, and all right, so let's wait. Okay, should have started. Let me run the command again to check the CRS resources. Okay, so everything's online now. Okay, you see. So the next command, let's go back to my text file. Let's check the status of the database. Okay, status. So it says both running on node RAC 1 and node RAC 2. Also, let's query this CRS version. It should give us the 11.2. And before you do the upgrade, you can run this. The script come from the installer. So I'm not going to run this. I'm going to just go ahead to run the GUI install. Okay. So let's check the install files. So this is the downloaded install files from Oracle. So let's unzip this to a temporary folder. So I'm going to just unzip Linux 1, and I will let it take so, and I can pause the video on until it is finished. All right, first one's uncompressed. Let's do the second one. So I'm going to uncompress the second one. Everything is going to be uncompressed into a folder called grid. The second one's smaller. It should be finished very quick. And after the install file being uncompressed, and we can go to the grid folder and run the cluster verification shell, or you can make sure, let's go to this folder and run this cluster verification shell from command, and make sure no error, and you may receive some warning if you want to fix it. Okay, and I'm going to just go ahead around the run installer, and that is also do the pre-check as well. So run this. So this is gonna start this GUI installer. Typically, it requires you set up the Xterm, X window, unless you work on the Linux, the desktop environment. So on this demo, we already set the, the X display. So you will see the display you see right now. And so we will proceed with the install. In the real life, you may use the response file if you do the silent install and so on and so forth. Okay, so the first screen says upgrade Oracle grid infrastructure. That's by the default, because it's already detect you have grid infrastructure. So I'm gonna click next. Okay, so you choose a product languages, and you see here is the current Oracle Grid infrastructure home. In my case, it's Oracle Software Grid, and SSL connectivity. Suppose it's already been set it up, so let's go to the next. So the script, the GUI is going to test the SSL communication. So I'm going to skip register the Enterprise EM Cloud Control. And I'm going to take the default about the groups. So you got a warning. I'm going to just say OK. All right, now it's just this is the current Oracle base, and this is the new GI home. So I could take a default. All right. So after that, they will ask you how you're gonna run the root script. So in my case, I got the system run. You provided the Oracle, the root user password. Let's go to next. Or you can use the sudo. Let me go back, okay? So if you want to use Oracle, you can use as well, but you need to use the sudo. Make sure the Oracle user have the sudo privilege. Go to next. It says specified not valid. Okay. Let's see, maybe the password. So anyway, let's just use the root then. If you don't have root, you have to ask your system admin to provide it for you, at least for temporary purpose. So let's go to next. You can choose a different batch, for this operation. So I'm gonna use just both use batch 1 by default. Now the system is going to do the prerequisite check. It's similar if you're on the command line, you run this command. Let me go to text file cat. Like similar, you run this run class tier verification.sh stage and upgrade rolling the source CRS home, the destination CRS home, and the destination version. Okay, so let's use the GUI. So the GUI is going to do the prerequisite check. So after it's checked, if you see warnings or error, you need to fix. Okay, you might skip some warning, but it is best to make sure everything is passed the prerequisite check. So it's almost there. Okay, it says free space. Yeah, maybe some free space. So that's fine. But if you want to correct, let me give you an example. So I'm gonna remove some. Let me just remove this. Okay, let's do a recheck. So in my case, you can always do the recheck once you fix some issue, So check node connectivity, check multicast ASM integrity, free space, memory, swap space, lots of things. Required packages, and many more. VIP voting disk, reverse lookup. Okay, the prerequisite check passed. So this is the summary of this installer. It says disk space 6.9 gig, it's good, and others, so on and so forth. All right, so we're going to just go ahead. You can save as response file if you want to. Can be reused in the future. So I'm going to go to click install. So it's gonna take some time. So I'm gonna pause the video once the install is complete or upgrade is complete. Also, you see here's the log file on the screen. So you can check if something wrong. Review the log file. Look like it's halfway there. And let's take a look at something else. I would like to see the, let's go back. So I'd like to take a look at the Oracle daemon process right now. So let's do the PS grep. You see right now the daemon process is running from the 11G home, right? So in my case, so let's see after the upgrade, it should run from the new 12C home. Also, if you look at the location, let's see Oracle software 12C grid. You see right now it's populating the that location. Let's go to another server. And if you run the command, so Oracle is also populate that location as well. Let's see. Yeah, it's also populate that remote location as well. All right, so let's wait. It's 58%. By the way, if you want to check the install progress, you can take a look at the this is the installation, the log file. So we can take a look at this log file as well. So if you do a tail -f, paste. So you will see, let's see, Oracle Home, the 12C Oracle Home is pointing to this location cluster node. All right, so let's just wait. All right, the upgrade is still running. It is the last two steps. Execute the root scripts. Execute the root script on node of batch 1. It's already done. Then it's configure Oracle Grid infrastructure for cluster expanding. So if I go back to the terminal window, if I do the take a look, you see it's starting now. So basically, it's shut down the CRS and restarted from the new grid home. So it should be done shortly. And if I do see all the Oracle process, grep Oracle. So this is all the Oracle processes. The ASM instance started. Now it's trying to start the Oracle instances, the listeners, and so on and so forth. Okay, it's almost there. So let's continue to wait. All right, the installer is completed with a small error message. So let's see, I'm gonna skip it, and because I checked the cluster is running fine. All right, so let's skip. Then next. Okay, it's finished. Let's go back to the terminal window and find out. Okay, close. All right, let's go to the terminal window. So here, if you want to see why it's failed, it's something to do the scan listener. Not here, somewhere here. But anyway, so it's good for now. So I'm gonna exit this session and let me sudo to Oracle. Okay, sudo to Oracle. Let's do the PS. Okay, PS grep d.bin. So now you see everything started from this new grid home. And then now I'm going to do the resources. I have to this to source the environment first. So plus SM1. The user is going to be Oracle software 12.1.0. Good. Alright, so now we run this command. Still not fine. Oracle software. Let's try one more time. Okay, this is the correct Oracle plus ASM1. That's also correct. I'm not sure. Let's see. Event. Let's see one more time. Copy, paste. Okay, this is correct. Minus T. Okay, now it's correcting. So check everything online. Database is online stable. The listeners, scan listener 1, 2, 3. So everything looks good. Let's do the database. Let me exit this one. Let's do a connection. RCL. Okay, but I have to switch to the user. So let's switch to the user dot RUNT. This RCL. Okay, so why it's not connecting? Type it doesn't exist. ORCL. Let's do this. No. Oh, it's ORCL1. ORCL1. Okay. Insert. ORCL1. RCL1 and the home. It's let me get the home. Since we've switched the old home to new home. Okay, so that is why. Okay, so let's do a connection. SQL process. Not one sec. Okay, never mind, because we are the Oracle Home Studio 11G, we have to upgrade. So now I'm gonna exit. Let's do a SQL plus one more time. No, I have to sudo to the either way. I can sudo here as well. So let's do a plus SQL plus to make sure the connection is good. Okay, it's connected. You see we are still in the old 11G. So the next is going to do the upgrade the database. Okay, so let's continue. Let's do another SQL plus. Okay, doesn't work here. we need to find out this one. So basically, now the listener is listening from another home, so we have to redefine the listener. Anyway, so it's successful for the GI home. If we do a pause for the listeners, so we have for 2 scan listener and a local listener, I think. And okay, all right, that's for TNS. Let's put it. So listener 1, 2, listener. Yeah. So the non-listener is listening from the 12C.